Do you know why it's called turkey tail mushroom? Because it looks like a turkey's tail. Welcome to Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show's episode 37, Turkey Tail Treasures. Tonight we'll be exploring the many treasures of turkey tail mushroom and what properties and benefits that it holds. I'm Michele Wildflower. I am the Director of Education and author of the herbal textbook, Discover the Essence of Plant Medicine, the 5 Principles of Life-Saving Herbs. That is the textbook for our 12-week Holistic Health Practitioner program. And I was actually contracted to write this book in 2020 for the University of Natural Health as an herbal course for them. And it's a prerequisite, meaning that all of the students that go through the school have to read my book and take my course. And if you're wondering why they asked me to write it, it's because herbal medicine actually helped me to save my husband's life 7.5 years ago when he was diagnosed with a triple hit of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and they only gave him a 35% chance of curing it with their methods. I actually researched it and I came up with about 20 different vitamins, herbs, enzymes, minerals, mushrooms, which actually is what our logo is. And you can see it right there on the book. Those are all the plants that we use to rid my husband's body of cancer. And we had it gone in about 3 months, to his oncologist's dismay. And every time we go back, she reiterates that whatever we're doing definitely is working, because the kind of cancer that he had was so aggressive that it definitely would have come back by now if what we were doing wasn't working. And turkey tail is actually one of the first mushrooms, well, actually one of the first remedies that we turned to after receiving his diagnosis. We went to a clinical kinesiologist, and his body, after being tested, indicated that he wanted turkey tail mushroom as a remedy, and for good reason, right? It has so many good benefits. First of all, it's one of the most researched mushrooms. It's a polypore mushroom as opposed to a mushroom that has gills on it. And the Chinese have been brewing it for thousands of years. The 15th century, during the Ming Dynasty in China, and spiritual attunement and affinity are associated with its cloud-like image, symbolizing them. I apologize for that if we lost you for a little bit. We actually had a huge storm last night, and we had power outages all day today. I actually wasn't able to do my other show that is on our Women's Empowerment and Spiritual Awakening Retreats page, because we didn't have any power at 2 o'clock. But luckily we did have it tonight for this episode, but it seems like I just lost you for a minute, so I apologize about that. Getting back to turkey tail mushroom. So it has more than just anti-cancer properties, but the benefits that it has that are anti-cancer far outweigh, to me, many of the other benefits that it has, because it's such a powerful remedy. So it's actually an immune booster, and it also brings down inflammation and has anti-inflammatory properties. And knowing what we know, that inflammation is the root of all disease, anything that can help bring down inflammation is going to help boost your immune system and bring your body back into balance, which it also has adaptogen properties, which do just that. And adaptogen is an herb that helps your body adapt to stress in whatever way that means. So for you, it might mean that you need more energy to keep up with all that you need to do. So then it's going to give you a little boost of energy. But if you're someone who's in a constant state of adrenal fatigue, or just like, someone who's just going all the time, and it's really hard for them to just take it down a notch and wind down, then it's actually going to help you to take it down a notch and relax a little bit. So whatever way adapting to the stress in your life means, that's what turkey tail will do for you. And like I said, it's also immune boosting. It has antiviral compounds in it, antimicrobial, antibacterial. It antioxidant, which if you know, everyone says antioxidant, but do you really know what that means? So you know how like if you cut an apple and then after a little while it starts oxidizing, our cells actually do that as well. They start kind of turning brown and getting old. So if we're bringing antioxidants into our bodies, it actually helps our cells to stop oxidizing, and it will reverse that process and beat off any kind of free radicals that are trying to attack us and our healthy cells. So not only is it have those properties, but it's also not only is it anti-cancer, I was going to say, but it's also anti-tumor and oxidation resistant. It reduces blood fat, it's anti-ulcer, it eliminates stagnation, which that has something to do with traditional Chinese medicine. They believe that the energy in our body is always traveling and at different places at different times of the day, but that's like another episode for another time. But many of the symptoms and diseases that people suffer from could be a reason of stagnation, of that energy not really moving through our bodies. So it helps to eliminate stagnation. It also helps to clear blockages. It's detoxifying, which means it helps to remove toxins from our body. So, I mean, and you know, probably the coolest part about it is that it's growing out in the woods, you know what I mean? If you look on our post on Nature's Mysteries Academy, and you can see it, it's just like growing on a log. And if you go looking through the woods, probably not now in the north because we have snow covering the ground. I mean, actually, it's some you might even be able to see if the snow wasn't too high. You actually could still see it. And they would be old, and it's not like you would want to use them, but I'm just saying that you probably could see it. The best time to harvest it wouldn't be like in the winter when it's snow covered, you know. And the conditions that it relieves obviously are cancer and inflammation. It helps any kind of infections, leaky gut syndrome, stress, common colds, the flu, HPV, gum disease, indigestion, hepatitis, like we said, oxidative stress, bronchitis, any kind of lung disease or congestion, HIV, oncovirus, chronic fatigue. You still with me? It's like a long list of things that it helps. Immune weakness, Crohn's disease, IBS, poor appetite, nephritis, cirrhosis, rheumatoid arthritis, malaria, jaundice, ulcerative colitis, diabetes. There's just so many different ways to access. I mean, there's just so many different compounds and healing benefits that you can access from this mushroom. The way to extract it is kind of tricky because there's some compounds that you would extract into alcohol, but then there's other compounds that are water soluble, like polysaccharides, that if you were only using an alcohol extraction, then you would miss so much of the medicine. So you really want to make sure that you do a double extraction method. And like I said, it's a little extensive. We're not going to go into it today, but the recipe is in my book. If you want to get a copy of my book, you can find it at naturesmysteries.com. And we're also there's actually over 150 other recipes in there. We profiled 33 different herbs. We go over growing, harvesting, storing, preparations, applications. There's so much, there's a little history of herbs, you know, like when the decline of herbal medicine happened, which before, when I used to tell people about that, they would kind of like be like, really? But now there's so many reels about it, and it's like common knowledge about Carnegie and Rockefeller and their oil and their pharmaceutical medications and all that, and the deceit behind it all. So now I'm not the only one talking about it, but all that is in my book, and I love that people are making reels about it, because that's the way to get it out to people, the information out, because that's where people are, and you have to meet people where they're at, right? So we'll go over a little bit about that. And we're having a 30% off sale right now for a limited time. The sale's been extended actually. And you can take 30% off the 12-week Holistic Health Practitioner program. And remember that program, at the end of the 12 weeks, we are accredited with the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. So upon completion of that program, you can apply to them to become a board-certified holistic health practitioner. There's a lot of schools out there, there's a lot of programs, there's a lot of courses. Before I got my holistic health practitioner's license, I actually looked all around to try to find where I could find a course that would offer what I was looking for. This was years ago, and I couldn't find it. And that's why I actually have taken the time to get accredited with the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. So after you complete our program, you're going to get more than just a certificate of completion from our school that, you know, which is great, but to someone who doesn't necessarily know of our school, it might not mean as much to them as having your board certificates. That was easy for me to say. As having your board certification in holistic health, proving that you have the knowledge that you're professing to have and that you actually know how to make the remedies and help someone to heal in a natural way with herbal medicine that doesn't have the debilitating side effects like pharmaceuticals have that your doctor prescribes. There's so many people out there right now that are just at their wits' end from having all these pharmaceuticals prescribed to them and suffering from the side effects, and they're looking for natural herbal solutions. And we need more practitioners out there that can actually guide people on this journey. So if that's something that speaks to you, you love herbal medicine and you love helping people feel better, then we need you in our program. And now is the best time to sign up. We have scholarships available, payment plan options, and we'd love to have you join us. So if you're passionate about herbal medicine, you can turn your passion into your profession. And one more thing I wanted to tell you was we're hosting a free masterclass. So if you just want to kind of like get a little bit of an idea about what we're going to be doing in the Holistic Health Practitioner program and what it's all about, you can just kind of get a little taste in our herbal cold remedies for flu season free masterclass. That's January 14th, and you can either sign up for it through Eventbrite or go to our website naturesmysteries.com and sign up there. But spaces are filling up. We've had to renew the tickets 2 or 3 times because it keeps selling out. Spaces are limited. We get to a cap and then we can't sell out anymore. So we'd love to have you join us for that and learn how to make natural remedies that are great alternatives to what they're offering at pharmacies and, you know, like CVS or whatever. When you go in there and you look in the cold section and you're trying to find something, if you made something yourself for your family or your loved ones or yourself, just the fact that you made it, there's going to be all this magic in there from your intention and everything. And the fact that you gathered the ingredients and you made it with plants, which are more easily synthesized and absorbed by our body, as opposed to synthetic molecules that create disturbances and imbalances in all parts of our bodies because they don't know how to synthesize those synthetic molecules. So if you would like to learn more, go to naturesmysteries.com. Like I said, we have scholarships available and payment plan options. If you're interested in getting more information just through my book, maybe if you don't want to take the commitment of committing to the whole course, you could get the book and just go through it and see what's in there and at your own pace. We also have individual courses that we're offering, and if you didn't, say you weren't able to make the commitment to the 12 weeks every week, then you could take the individual courses and eventually they would all count collectively as the Holistic Health Practitioner program. So you can go on Nature's Mysteries Academy of Holistic Health's page at naturesmysteries.com and you can see that list of courses available. Our winter session begins January 25th. Time's ticking. The last chance to sign up. It's coming up close. Doors are closing soon. Enrollment's closing soon, and we would love to have you join us. So thank you today for joining us on Nature's Mysteries Medicine Shows, episode 37, Turkey Tail's Treasures. where we learned the benefits and properties of turkey tail mushroom and the many different conditions that it helps to relieve. Discover the essence of plant medicine. Take care.